Hello, and today we're doing a quick reaction video to Watford's new fixtures for the Championship 2022 to 23 season. That's right, the fixtures are out for the new campaign, hopefully a campaign of promotion for the Golden Boys, and I'm getting excited about this new season for sure. We kick it off against the Blades, that is managed by Heckingbottom. It is the Blades, Sheffield United at the Vic, Monday Night Football, and it's a bit awkward, but I think I might be able to get back in time for the first game of the season because I'm on holiday over the July-August kind of finish and gap, and then I come back on about 5 o'clock on the Monday. So if it's an 8 o'clock or a 7:45, I might be able to make it. It'll be tight though. Let's see. But yeah, very interesting first game for sure. Sheffield United obviously will be pushing. They just missed out through the playoffs against Nottingham Forest. And also we've got West Bromwich Albion to kick off our away trips this season. The Boing Boing Baggies at the Hawthorns. That won't be an easy game, but ultimately they have kind of struggled the last few years. They've been a bit of a sleeping giant this season, so this past season. So I think that's a winnable game, hopefully. Burnley at home, that's going to be really tough up against Burnley's new look team, and with the management of Vincent Kompany, that'll be a very interesting second home game of the season. Hopefully I'll definitely be able to make it to that one. And a stacked month of August really. So first three, pretty tough. But then winnable games against Birmingham, Preston, QPR, and then a home match with Middlesbrough. That will be very interesting after Chris Wilder, did a very good job there at Middlesbrough last season. September, that's a nice winnable one for me. Rotherham away, decent. Reading at home, yeah, should hopefully fancy ourselves. Sunderland at home, that should be winnable. But Sunderland, you never know. They're going into the Championship for the first time for a while. They want to get into the Premier League, and they want to kind of just take back the years of suffering for Sunderland fans. They got relegated in 16-17, and they might be there and thereabouts for promotion, Sunderland. They might be in the top 6, top 8, top 10, who even knows. But that'll be an interesting one, hosting the Black Cats on that one. Then October is a pretty nice month, but every season I look at the matches of who is it for Boxing Day, who is it the first home game, who is it the first away game, who is the final home game, and who is the final game and the birthday weekend. And if you just look at October, on the day of my birthday, we've got the derby against Luton. Oh my giddy aunt. I mean, that's going to be amazing. Hopefully it won't be too dangerous of an atmosphere, but oh my gosh, it's going to be mad scenes, absolute limbs. Home versus Luton. We didn't have fans in the stands the last time we were in the Championship, and now we do. So that'll be a massive kind of month, really. Some winnable games in there against Millwall, Wigan, and definitely Blackpool, but Norwich will be a tough one. So kind of an interesting October for sure. November, surely some winnable games there against Bristol City and Coventry. December, definitely nice, the way to end 2022, because Huddersfield, okay, that's going to be tricky, but Hull and Millwall, you'd hope that's 6 points at home. And then Swansea, that's where we end 2022 in Wales at the Liberty Stadium. And then we kick off 2023 with a tough fixture at Carrow Road. So that'll be a big, chance to test our mettle. And then we've got Blackpool at home, Rotherham at home. Those are some really winnable games, hopefully. And then Middlesbrough, that's not an easy match, to be fair. February is a pretty tough one. Now, this is where it gets tricky. We've got, in the space of a month, Burnley, West Brom and Sheffield United, just as we do in the month of August. But, you'd probably say that home to QPR and Middlesbrough and away to Preston is probably easier than away to Reading and home to Blackburn. I don't know, maybe. It's kind of a mix of the two, really. But February is not an easy month, for sure. When it's kind of late in the season, you want to be getting games that you think you can win. And those kind of three against Burnley, West Brom, Sheffield United is going to be tough. Then March comes around, pretty nice month. I mean, we should look at most of these games as winnable. We should be up there. Hopefully we're in the top 6, if not the top 2. But I've got all faith in Edwards. Edwards at the wheel. He looks like a great guy. And I can really buy into the philosophy he's trying to create at this club now. And hopefully we'll give the manager a bit longer. And we can change the culture of the football club, because that was what was wrong last season. And we've already got more of a connection with Edwards than we did with Hodgson in, the last kind of last third of the season. So it just shows how much of a difference it can make if you bring in the right guy and hopefully he'll have the right ideas to drive us to Premier League promotion, or even the title. We could push for the title. It would be nice. We haven't won silverware in a while, but we were very close in the 14-15 season. Obviously, not quite getting the title on the final day, and Bournemouth snatching it also. So yeah, let's see if we can go for it. But March is certainly winnable. That Wigan and Preston game is certainly both at home as well. And April is a stacked month, a bit like October and August, but it's some nice games in there. Obviously, Luton. If we lose that Luton game, then it won't be nice really to set us up for the crucial run in. But Huddersfield is going to be a tough one, and then you'd hope for wins at Hull and against Sunderland and probably against Bristol City. And then we end the season against the Potters, Stoke City. You know what they say, it's a tough place to go, Stoke, the old Bet365 stadium. But it's not, hopefully, going to be the case when we face them at home, because it's quite nice to start the season at home, end the season at home. And, Sheffield United is going to be tricky, but, they're fairly kind of winnable games, hopefully. And it's a fairly nice fixtures. And as you can see on this, it is 100 years at the Vic. That's what we're celebrating. So the game that we will be celebrating is Middlesbrough at home, hopefully, unless it gets moved. And that will be the game that we kind of remember for 100 years at the Vic. Amazing, amazing stuff. And yeah, already the stage is set, and it's going to be a great season, hopefully, for promotion. So really excited by this fixture run. I'm really interested by that middle of the season kind of run in against like Huddersfield and Swansea and Norwich. That'll be interesting to test our mettle around then. But also the Boxing Day game at home to Millwall. So that's going to be a bit of a rowdy game. Obviously, we've got Millwall and Luton in the month of October, so they're back to back. That will be hopefully not too many injuries and fan trouble. But no, ultimately that will be some tasty games, and I can't wait to see that nice game for us on the 22nd, and obviously ending our away campaign at Sunderland, starting it at West Brom, and yeah, it'll be a really interesting season. So hope you have enjoyed. Smash a like on it. Who do you support? Do you support a club from the Premier League or from the EFL Championship, or even lower, or in another country? Let me know. Who have you got first and who have you got last? But it's setting up to be a great season. Let's hope we can match that with the passion, the ability, and ultimately the style. Come on, you Horns!